Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. Hey, we got something for you, buddy.
What's that?
I got something for you.
All right, what is it?
I'll show you. I drove all the way over here to give this to you in person. Okay. We're pretty fired up about it. Here we go.
This is Northern Royals EP, their self-titled EP, and they signed the EP with your name on it.
We got this one. So this is the first 12-inch record from that Funky Moose Records is a part of. Because of that, because we know you and we love you and your show, we asked them to kindly designate this one to you, autograph it for you. Designate's not the right word. You guys know what I'm saying.
I propose that we head down to the basement and talk about this some more. Hi, my name is Frank. It's Friday. That means time to kick back, relax, and talk music. As you saw in that intro, we have a couple of guests in the music room today. Gentlemen, you care to introduce yourselves?
I am Mark. I am the president of Funky Moose Records.
And I'm Joel, the host of the Sit Down Podcast.
So I found these guys in the driveway. Actually, they've driven all the way to visit. So you're doing a couple things, but they're from the Canadian province of Saskatchewan. So it's, I don't know how, like you guys are like 8 hours maybe that way, something like that.
I think it was about well, with stops, it was like, what, a 9-hour drive maybe? Yeah. And we lost an hour because of the time change, but yeah. 9 hours.
Yep.
And you're here for a very specific purpose. Yes. We saw a glimpse of that. So if you, let's go through this. What are you bringing here and what are you doing here? Because before today's episode, we're going to talk about sort of the trials and tribulations of being an independent company and getting records pressed, right? So that's what we're talking about. But let's start. Let's talk about what you have here.
Yeah. We'll first hand over 2 stickers for the Sit Down Podcast.
Little shameless plug
for
right our show.
Oh, that's awesome. So there you go. I'm going to link to it below.
Yep.
Mark and Joel have a weekly podcast, and I was a guest on there once. I got to say it's a quality podcast, but they have tons of guests, a lot of musicians, a lot of artists, that kind of stuff on a weekly basis, right?
Yeah,
correct. Yeah,
but that's not why we're here.
No. Okay.
We are here to promote the band Northern Royals,
a Winnipeg-based group. So, homegrown, I guess.
And
lovely.
It's a toque. That's also for you.
So, for my American friends, a toque is a Canadian word for a
winter hat.
A winter hat or a woven wool hat you wear in your head. But we call them toques. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah. So, is this going to be available on? Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah. So, this is what it's all about. Try not to get the glare.
The glare.
This is Northern Royals EP that is coming out for the first time on vinyl. So we want to present this to you. We'll get there.
Okay,
we'll get there.
This is beautiful. Like, we've seen this. I'll put a screenshot here so you can see inside. But if you don't mind,
it's yours. It is all yours, man. That's specifically for you.
Now I gotta say, before we look at this, I haven't heard the record, but I've been listening to this on Tidal.
Yep.
I listened to it 4 times today. It's an EP. Yep. It's about 20 minutes. But these guys are amazing.
So good, right?
Like, I thought the song "The Wild Ones" was one of my favorites. But I thought it was a cover song. This is a hit song. This is a hit song. Yeah. I was trying to think, what do these guys sound like? And to me, it's sort of a mixture of like 1970s fuzzed out riff rock meets like the Clash.
Right.
Okay.
That's my interpretation of
for sure
what this is.
Yeah. Makes sense.
What would you guys describe this band as?
Rock and roll.
Good old fashioned, old school rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And
they're a great bunch of people as well too. Like, they're fun to hang out with.
Whoa!
Is that rad?
Whoa! That's beautiful. And we were joking about this upstairs because you're like, oh, Frank, you're not a colored vinyl guy, and I said I'm not, but I've come around and learned to really appreciate like the art almost, right?
You can still see like the grooves in there, right?
And I'm not sure if they can tell on the video, but there's a color scheme going on to all this, right? Yeah. It's kind of like gold and black,
sure.
right?
For sure.
Oh, is it? Sorry.
Yeah.
Here.
It's yeah. So Northern Royals. Royals implies gold.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So we're actually really happy with how it.
Ooh, show that on camera.
And it's on the. It's actually on the vinyl itself too.
Yeah.
If you look in the corner, you see the logo.
The Funky Moose Records logo.
So this is the first, like I mentioned at the start of the video, that this is the first 12-inch that Funky Moose Records has been able to be a part of. So it's a kind of a big deal. Like, we're very proud of it, obviously, and in hopes to be able to do this some more. Like, we're just getting our toes wet, right?
So let's stop and rewind a second here, because people are going to be like, Funky what? So Funky Moose Records, and Mark, you've been on this show before a long time ago, but Funky Moose Records is an independent online Canadian record store, and you've branched out, right?
We started a podcast. For me, it was part of, you know, a marketing arm to do a podcast, because podcasts bring in traffic to a website. And for Joel just wanted to be famous.
I want to be famous, guys. That's all. I like to talk. That's about it.
He likes to talk. And it's kind of how this record came to be, because Northern Royals reached out to us after watching an episode of Weapons.
They reached out to you?
Yeah. Okay. So can we be on the show? Of course. Why not? So we had a conversation with them for about an hour, or however long it was. And we stayed in touch. And we thought their music was so good that we wanted it on vinyl.
Yeah, we were definitely impressed with the quality of the production, just everything all in general. And it's like, they had mentioned they want to be pressed, and it's like, what can we do to help make this happen?
So this album existed.
The songs existed.
Songs existed.
Not as EP together.
Okay, so you worked together to assemble these into some cohesive order. And
the creative part was all the band.
Okay.
We basically just helped them with the record itself. They hired a graphic designer, actually a few graphic designers that worked on the album artwork. They had a pretty... Well, through conversation, they had a pretty clear vision of what they wanted. Yeah, and we just helped them make it happen.
Yeah.
So how do you make it happen? I mean, the idea of actually like pressing a record to a lay person like me just seems so beyond what I even know how to do. Like, do you phone up a pressing plant like, hey, I got a record, I want to get pressed, let's do this, or what?
That's kind of how it started.
Yeah. In theory, that's...
Yeah. So in Canada, there are now about 8 or 9 pressing plants, and it's usually pretty hard to pick which one is which.
Yeah, 8 or 9. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we ended up through circumstance with Precision Pressing in Toronto.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, and so we had the idea. The band had the idea. We had the means, and we put it all together. And Precision took it and turned it into what it is now.
Okay. Do they do everything? Do they do the pressing and the inserts and the jackets and put it all together?
Yeah. So the mastering was done by a separate company, but the rest was all done by Precision. So everything from taking the digital file to the record to the insert and the sleeve and the shrink wrap and the shipping.
Yeah, it was all them.
Yeah. So do they send you, like, obviously you get a test pressing or something like that?
That's actually right, yeah. I'm pretty proud of this, but the first test pressing, there was 5 of them, and the first one that we listened to is at my house. I have it.
Oh, okay.
And we were going to bring it here, and he was going to have it signed.
When we got that signed for you, I even called him out on Evan and Northern Royals on our podcast. I was like, I'm going to drive to you and have that test press, and then I forgot.
Yeah, of course. That's the way it always
that's how it works.
Right?
So.
What's next? I mean, you're selling this. Obviously, you have the infrastructure already to sell this kind of stuff.
That's right. So they're available on funkymooserecords.ca. Ship all over the world. If you want a copy, we have some.
Yeah, like and like you were saying, what's next?
They're limited to 200 copies in total.
200. So okay,
wow. So they're limited edition.
I gotta say, I love this.
I love how you checked them out prior.
Oh, totally. I want to know what I'm getting into here.
Yeah,
like, can I actually talk these guys up? Like, I like to be authentic.
Yeah.
So I really have to like dig it. I gotta
exactly, and that's what we love about you too. And when like I had you in mind for sure. I'm like, I know that you're in with the Winnipeg area.
Yeah.
They are too, and I knew we were getting some signed. It was like, why wouldn't we do this? You've been on our show before. You've done little plugs for us before, so it's like, I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
That's awesome,
we're
man.
all
Thank you.
family. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Thank you. And I got to say, I was not familiar with these guys before, but I'm out of the loop now. My day, like I used to play in bands and stuff, but that was in the 90s.
Nah.
It's just like, I'm the old man here. I'm close to becoming irrelevant. If not irrelevant already, right? So whatever my opinion, my opinion's worth less and less every year.
Every year.
Joel keeps calling me old.
Yeah.
I know you're older than I
I'm
am.
older, so. Yeah, you're becoming irrelevant. I am irrelevant. But that said,
And I'm still young.
Sure, yeah.
this stuff, I mean, what I'm hearing here, this is world-class stuff. Like, these guys deserve to be heard.
I couldn't agree more. Like, legitimately, if you look up their videos too, the quality of their videos.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are radio ready. Like,
And
without
what I thought it was exciting was we did the episode with Northern Royals.
which isn't a good one. I'm gonna just
No, the new one.
the new one that we did
a
today.
month ago. Yeah. We brought the records. They put them on the turntable, and the excitement that you saw in their eyes, like, this is our music on a record, and it's spinning in my living room.
So is that the first time they heard? No.
Yes. When we went there, like, legitimately opened up the packaging from Precision, like, with them. Like, that was the first time they got to see it or anything. Yeah, they were pretty ecstatic about it.
They didn't even hear the test pressings.
No, I'm loving it. That's great, guys. And, you know, I hope...
They're going to be huge.
Yeah.
I think so.
I hope so.
If they keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, they're doing all the right things, without a doubt.
Awesome. Well then, I think everyone watching this should go to funkymooserecords.ca. Check out the Northern Royals bundle. Actually, before you do that, they're also on the streaming services. I know we don't promote that, but check them out, because I know you're going to like it.
And then you buy the record.
And then buy the record from these guys. All right, guys. Thank you for dropping by the Channel 33 RPM World headquarters. That creaking is the dog leaving. And I love this. I'm going to cherish this, and this is going to be...
Play it loud. Promise you'll play it loud.
I will play it loud. This is something I'm hanging on to, you know, for the end of days. So awesome.
Thanks for having us on
For
your
sure.
show. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a real honor. It really
absolutely.
is.
We'll do it again. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, 33ers. Let me know what you thought of today's episode in the comments below, and check out Funky Moose Records for the whole Northern Royals package. You're going to dig it. Hope you have a great week. Until next time, keep on spinning.
That was a little fast.
You want to do it again?
Do we want to say it all in sync?
Yeah.
Keep on spinning.
Yeah. Until next time, keep on spinning.